Hi, my name is Knives Monroe, and you're watching Good Content. I want to start off by saying Cody Weber is a friend of mine. He's appeared on my podcast and I've made videos about him before. I was writing this episode before he made his entire discography available to purchase for only $5 on Bandcamp. Before I continue, I ask that you check out his page at iamren.bandcamp.com. Link in the description. And I ask, if you enjoy listening to his music, that you support him if you can afford $5 during this time of the year, amidst the great pandemic of 2020. Cody Weber is on my Mount Rushmore of OG YouTubers, and I ask that you give him a chance. Let's begin. Nobody ever knows anyone. As of this recording, I find myself once again in a transitional period of my life. I struggle every day with low self-esteem, agoraphobia, and the good old depression. During the quarantine and lockdown of 2020, I'd find myself, an self-admitted extrovert, struggling with isolation and loneliness, all the while disappointing people around me. When I find myself heading towards a downward spiral, I grasp at nothing, hoping to find something or someone to hold my hand and get me out of it. I'm not alone. There are artists struggling out there alongside with me, thousands of miles away, but when I watch their videos, it feels like they're right beside me, reading from my journal or something. It feels like they know me. It feels like I'm not alone. Cody Weber's 2017 video entitled "What Do I Like About Me?" was a revelation at the time. And in moments of crippling despair, it's a work of art I keep coming back to.
It's so cold. I've been seeing a therapist for a while now, and it's starting to help. I'm starting to see minor changes in how I see the world. But what I'm really learning is that my perception of it is highly contingent on the way I view myself. And I think that maybe if I was just a little kinder to me, that I would be a lot kinder to the world in which I live. But it's really cold. And my lips are chapped. And my bones ache. And all my friends are dying off, one by one, by one, by one. So it's a lot harder to be optimistic than you might expect.
Cody's style is something of a guilty pleasure of mine. It's sort of the curmudgeon, less sad boy aesthetic, and it gets me every time. I think it's worth illuminating the multifaceted artist Cody has become. He's a musician, he can rap, he can play guitar, he can play on the drums. He's probably a better photographer, and he's taken hundreds of thousands of photos to earn his praise. He's a fine writer and a prolific poet with a new book out entitled Come Candy, link in the description. He's made documentaries, hundreds of YouTube videos, and is a never-ending source of inspiration for me.
I was told to start keeping a daily journal to detail my thoughts and feelings in a concise way, so that maybe I could better understand myself. But it makes me wonder what all of this has been for thus far. I don't think the problem lies in what I don't know, but rather what I do know and can't accept. Things I've done, people I've been, people I wish I was, but am nowhere close to actually being. But it's promising. But it's cold. Why do I live somewhere that gets this cold?
His words spoken dramatically, of course, and "What Do I Like About Me?" pierce right through me.
I've spent so long focusing on the aspects of myself that I don't like, but I've never once tried to understand what it was I did. What do I like about myself? That's a lot harder to write than I thought it would be. It's easier to see my shortcomings because they're always apparent. But I guess that makes me self-aware, and I do like that. That has to count for something. I think I'm generally a kind person. I'd like to think that the people I love all know that I love them, and I'm not shy about expressing it. I think I'm a good writer, and I think I take pretty photos. And I'm good at making goals and achieving them. I'm motivated, and I'm ambitious. I struggle with depression, but I don't let it stop me from getting stuff done.
That question, what do I like about me, is one we should all ask ourselves regularly, and especially when we find ourselves hurtling towards the downward spiral. Cody, if you're watching, I want you to remember that your work moves people and adds value that you can't put a dollar amount on. If you made the money you deserved and you were worth, you'd be a millionaire. Life is fucking hard for dreamers, but dreaming is living the dream more than living the actual dream is. Dreaming is living. I hope that makes sense. And I hope you never make a video like this again. I would hate to see you suffer that way, but I know you can't help yourself, and neither can I. We take Cody Weber for granted.
And that's about it for now. But it's better than nothing at all, and that's where I used to live. It's not as cold as it used to be, so at least I have that. That has to count for something.
This episode of Good Content is brought to you by IndieDarlings.net. Visit IndieDarlings.net and check out our Etsy store where we have our Indie Darlings mugs, prints, masks, shirts, hoodies, caps, you name it. We even have exclusive proprietary pizza bites that go inside the oven, and when they come out, they do not, I repeat, they do not burn the roof of your mouth. So visit IndieDarlings.net and check out our exclusive merch. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't, leave a comment, start some shit down below. Either way, it helps us. I love you guys. Keep a force field around your heart, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Good Content.